everyone, it's Carol. I'm hopping on because it does take a little bit to like here. 1 hour with me cut off because of Facebook. Oh, I'm hearing like an echo. So hopefully you guys can hear me. So it didn't like cut it off. I always have my earpods on. So earpods. They're not earpods. So let me get into the group. Make sure. I know Beth had a question. I know Donna had a question. Not a lot of you. We had a lot more questions before, so I'm not sure if you guys are not seeing it. But make sure that you're putting your questions. Whether you can't make, if you can't make the live, put them on the post. If not, come here live and let me know that you're here, and then I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. So I even took my heat press out for Beth. So who can I say hello to? Hey Carol, how are you? It is freezing in my craft room for some reason. So I have all my devices on. So again, let me know how everybody is doing, and let me make sure I have no other questions. Showed a lot of you. We're going to be here, Mira and Carla. Sheila had some bad weather. Carla, I just mentioned you. She's here. And then we had a question from Donna. I figured I would jump on. It takes a little bit for Facebook to say hey, and I don't have any other way of letting you guys know. Yeah, your craft room is freezing too. Yeah, that's crazy. I think we didn't raise the temperature in the house, and it just seems like it's really cold in here. So, hey Sheila, how are you? How's the weather? What was it with the weather? I can't keep up with the weather. What was it by you that it was keeping you indoors? Hey Nicole. I gotta see a bunch of you guys on here. Hi Nancy. So I hope you guys came with your questions. Hey Nettie. So for those that are new here, this is our Q&A on Wednesdays. We do 2 Q&As a month. I do my best to hit as many questions. If I don't get to a question, I have Nicole and Lisa and Jody, who are my moderators here, who always jump in and help where they can. And so your questions do get answered. Were you making shirts? No, I wasn't, Nicole. Beth had a question about the heat press, so I brought it out. Hey, Lisa. Which is funny because I have this new cart that I got for it, and I have it tucked away behind the dream box. In Sacramento, it's been raining for days and cold. Sunny yesterday, but back to rain tonight. Ugh. Hey, Karen. Yeah, we've had really if you're coming to Florida, January and February are really, really good months because this is like the weather I love. But I have come to realize, and I'm being honest, I really tried hard to put my hair down because I'm like, oh, there's no humidity, because there really is no humidity. I can't do it. I've had my hair up for 5 years. I could probably count on 2 hands how many times I've had my hair down here in Florida. And for me, I just feel like it's all in my face, and I can't do it. Didn't get snow today, but about an inch of ice and sleet. Ugh. Hey, Cheryl. Ice and sleet. That's what the girls had in Illinois. I might have a snow day Friday, which then becomes an entire day to craft. I miss those days, Nicole. I don't get snow days. There's nothing here in Florida. Okay, ladies, it is 8 o'clock. So I hopped on a little earlier. So let's get to your questions, because that's what we're here for. And I'm happy to answer anything. So Donna, who's new, Donna came over from the boot camp. She said, from this page, how do I find the hub? So the hub is our private site. And I'm going to just tell you how you get there, give you a quick overview of what it looks like, and you will be good to go. So let me get my screen. Hold on. Okay, so to get to the hub, which is a common question, there's a couple ways in the group. I mean, you can come to the group and you can, so I'm going to show you 3 ways to get to the hub. One way is in the group. So if you come to the Cricut Academy and you go to the feature tab, can you guys see that? Yeah. Come down here and there should be a link to the hub, which is right here. So this one is about the goal, getting it onto the Hummer. So this one with the don't forget is a way to log into the hub. And mine takes you right here. So go to the Facebook group and then it'll take you to member login, and this is where it is. Okay? Which is, if you can't find it in the Facebook group, you can come to Be Inspired with Carol, with Carol.com. So that's number 2. And it'll bring you to my website, and then member login is right there. Okay? And then the third way is thecricketacademy.com. So if you put in thecricketacademy.com, just like you see it up here on my screen, that will take you to the hub as well. Okay? And the hub is basically a site where everything is housed, and the easiest place to find videos. There's Let's Start Me pages, videos. This is where you'll find everything that's happening. So the Facebook group is where we come to have fun. We do our lives, we share, we inspire, we ask questions. But the hub is like, okay, I want to do a shirt and I need a video for that. So you can come to the hub and then you can even search. Come up here to the search bar and do shirt, and anything with a shirt will come up. Okay? So utilize the hub. If you have problems, please email customer service at beinspiredwithcarol.com. And Amanda is an amazing teammate who helps me get everybody into the hub. So do that. Okay? Let me go back. Oh, thank you. Patches says the hub is amazing. Hey, Birdie. Hey, Patches. Yes, Birdie pinned her hub link to their favorite bar. That's perfect. Hey, Elaine and Hazel. Oh, over 4 inches of snow in Wyoming. I wear my hair short because I don't like it touched. Yeah, Nancy, I wish I could. I have really curly hair, so if I wore it short, it would be, I don't know. It's just going to be up for the rest of my life. I look at pictures back in Illinois, my hair was down, and it was just so pretty. But anyway, I digress. Okay, Beth had a great question. So Beth got, and I think Cheryl did, and maybe a few of you ladies did, for Christmas, a heat press. So a heat press is different than the Cricut Easy Press. The Cricut Easy Press is, that's in the way. The Cricut Easy Press is what you see me use a lot for our videos. So that is different than a heat press. A heat press is like the next step if you're really going to start making a lot of shirts, anything fabric, because that's what you're really doing it with, sublimation, all that stuff. So the reason it's a step up is because you have more pressure that you put on it when you have the handle. But Beth had a great question. Her question was, how do I find out what temperatures to press on? So she's doing a shirt or she's doing something else, and I've always instructed you to go to Cricut Guide. Cricut Guide is if you have the heat press. I was going to check to see if the heat guide or the Cricut Guide also had their heat press. So let's go to heat. Let's go. I'm missing your questions. No, I think we're good. Okay. The last comment I see is Birdie. So let me know if I need to refresh. Okay. So if you have a heat press, it's the Cricut Heat Guide. Yes. Cricut Heat Guide. Always have to look to see if I'm sharing my screen. I wanted to see if they... Okay, so they do have, Beth, they have their Cricut Auto Press, which could be, I would feel, comparable to any other heat press. So if I was going to look for temperature and I wanted to use the heat guide as like a quick reference, I would hit the auto press. Is that letting me do that? All right, let me do easy iron on. And then my base, I'm just going to put a shirt. Okay. Easy iron on. And then okay, it's not giving you for the auto press, so maybe that's coming. That's weird. It won't let me press it, so that's not going to help. Another way that you can find it is depending on the material that you're using or where you purchased it from. So, Oracal, if you're using Oracal heat transfer vinyl, I would just Google Oracal heat transfer vinyl temp and time, and it tells you 305 for about 10 to 15 seconds. So based on the brand that you purchased, so let's say, I think Expressions Vinyls has it on their site. Oh, I did not know that, Karen. I'll read Karen's comment in a second. Okay, so I'm going to go to heat transfer vinyl. Okay, let's just pick this one. It's the Easy Weed. I wanted to see. Yes. So, if you purchase any heat transfer vinyl from Expressions Vinyl, and some other websites might be like this, if you go to the heat transfer vinyl, usually they have the instructions. So, Expressions is saying 305 for 10 to 15 seconds. And then they're saying peel is hot or cold, which usually it's a hot peel when you're using the straight the straight heat transfer vinyl. I don't know offhand which ones are cold. I know there are cold ones. The foil was obviously one of them, but that's not heat transfer vinyl. So usually depending on where you buy your material from, or the company or the name, or Google will give you a time and temp, and that's all you do. You do have to make sure that when you put your press, mine's loose right now, you want to make sure you have a tight push, but not to the point where it's too resistant, so do that as well. And your question was about the pad. Leave the pad on there. That is your pad. And it does have, mine has a Teflon cover. But just know that Teflon cover is not, you still need a Teflon sheet if you're layering your heat transfer vinyl. Okay? So I hope that helped. Karen said, did you know that you can put the Heat Guide app on your phone, and if your press is Bluetooth capable, you can control the press from your phone? I did not know that. I don't think mine is what you call it, Bluetooth. I don't think I've ever done it. Mine's the old one, like the first one. But let me. So what Karen is saying, and a lot of you might have the new. Wait, does that? Hold on. Hey, Patty. Okay. So what what Karen was saying was you can go to your app store. So just find your app store. Oops. Go back. So mine is the blue little store, and then let's see if we can find. Yes, that's true too. Lisa said, as far as your heat press, it should come with instructions or a website for that too. Except it is really individually based on the type too of the vinyl. But yes, I agree with you. Okay, so let's do Cricut Heat Guide. If I can spell Cricut. I don't see it. Maybe it's the Cricut Heat Press Guide. I was just seeing if we could see what it looked like. I don't see it, Karen. Is it... Is it this blue one? Oh yeah, it looks like that. Cricut Heat. So it looks like it's this blue one. If you can see it on my screen. And it tells you perfect companion for your Cricut heat press. So this is the one Karen was saying. So if you have a heat press, probably, and it's Bluetooth compatible, you can get all of your information and work your heat press through this app. Okay, so go ahead and do that. If you have an Android, it's most likely under Google Play, and then you can purchase it there or get it there. That was free. It's a double click, so I'm going to do it. Okay. Hey, Patty. Hey, Patches. I have a Be Inspired folder. Awesome. Oh, Sheila's still struggling with leftover jet lag, so may make it long night. Can't get adjusted. Oh, no worries, Sheila. Rest up. Melody said, I was trying to print the image the other night, and I was trying to size it, and it would not hold the sizing. I even did the shape grid, tried just grabbing and resizing, and I was always tried inputting the size on the top, and I also couldn't attach. Is that because it was a single item and I didn't need to attach? Hey, Lori and Kim. Trying to print an image the other night, and I was trying to size it. Well, sizing, Melody, should hold. That shouldn't be an issue. So let's go into Design Space. Let's go into Design Space. Okay. So let's just go New Project. Couldn't attach is that because it was a single item and didn't need to attach. Okay, so let's pick an image. Let's go browse all images, layers. We're just going to do a single image. Let's see. Okay, so single image is just, well, we'll do this. Okay, let's add that to the canvas. So the only thing I can think of as far as sizing is concerned, Melody, is you have to make sure, see how like your box, your image is on the canvas? You have to make sure that you highlight it and that you have a box around it. Now, holding your mouse or holding your pad, you can hold your pad and move your mouse up and down, and that will size it. So see, like I have, like my mouse is right here. So if I hold it down and move it, I can size my image. Okay. The other way is it has to have a box, and then you can come to the top, highlight it, and then it's hit the number and then hit tab. Okay. So if I want this to be 6, I would hit 6 and tab. Okay. As far as attaching, yes, if it's a single image, your attach button won't be lit. But if you picked an image, which you probably just answered your own question, But if you picked an image that's multi, so let's just pick that one, where you have two, okay, then you could hit like, did I just pick panty liners? What? Why would Cricut have that? Let's just make it smaller and hit attach. Okay, so it has to be 2 layers to use the attach. There's your little, what? So I don't know if that helped you. I think you're answering your own question. But as far as the sizing, it should work. I've never had an issue not working. So just double check that that's where you're going. Do you guys, what was that? Never a dull moment in the Cricut Academy. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, so Lisa said only the EasyPress 3 is Bluetooth compatible. Thank you. So if you have an EasyPress 3, which is the newer one, that app that Karen mentioned is very helpful. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Maria. I do too, Patches. I miss her. I was doing floral craft scissors. I did try resizing it with the mouse and it wouldn't hold. Okay, let's try to find, is that an image? Floral craft scissors. Let's see. The only other suggestion I have is double check, go to the, and update your firmware. I don't know, connecting, that's really your machine, but maybe do an update of that, maybe that'll move it. But otherwise, I don't know. Does anybody else in the comments have any, or had the same problem with not sizing, and maybe you came up with a different solution? Well, these are really cute. I don't see craft scissors, but yeah, I haven't had the sizing, and you're putting a box, I'm assuming, I mean, sizing is sizing, so I'm not sure, like I mentioned, of doing, are you working off a laptop or an iPad? Yeah, because you should be able to highlight, see the blue right there, and then it's hit like 9 and tab. When you hit tab, it sizes it. And then this should be 9. There should be no reason why it's not keeping its size. I haven't had that, so the only thing I can think of, it's a glitch of some sort. If you can't find a resolution, Melody, you can contact Cricut themselves, and they should be able to help you, because maybe it's something glitchy on their end, or a update of some sort that's not happening on your system for whatever reason. So you can always contact Cricut directly and get that taken care of. And their number, let me give that to you. Somebody else might need it. So Cricut's Help Center is 877-727-4288. So you can always call them directly, tell them you're having issues, and they'll be happy to help you. Okay? Penny said I'm dying. I know, right? Hey, Jody. Hey, Wanda. I was going to say that, but I was worried about what the others would think. It's okay. That's okay. Oh, I know, right, Cheryl? Like, what? Oh, good. I'm glad, Sydney. I know, that's the one I picked. Sometimes I have to hit the lock button to get sizing to stay. Okay, Jan had a great tip. So she's saying she has to sometimes hit the lock button. So that may be, it's this button right here, Melody. So try maybe playing with that if you're still having issues. So if you're resizing it, and then let's say I put 10, and maybe hit the lock button. So play with the lock button. That's a great suggestion. Oh, no problem, Carla. Sheila said, well, I'm awake now. I did all of those things. Maybe it was just the image I picked. Yes, it's an image. Nancy says, I unlock first, then size, then lock. Okay, so she does that. She does where she has her, let's see. I'll see, like now, mine's, look how glitchy it is. But she says she unlocks and then puts and then locks it. So unlock, size it, and if you have a number, Melody, let me know and I'll punch it in. Patches hasn't had a problem. Lisa, no. No problem, Donna. Donna, I did address your question in the beginning, so you can watch the replay, and I talk about the hub. Size it too big for the mat. Yes, that, yeah. Oh, is that maybe why? Let's see if we did this. No, it would still let you size. Yeah, it would still let you size. It would just give you an error that you can't cut it. Oh, I wish we could help you more, Melody. Yes, Lisa has a great point. If you ever need to do one-on-ones, you can go into the Zoom room. And if you're not familiar with the Zoom room, ladies, that is, if you go to the hub, so as I mentioned, just go to BeInspiredWithCarol.com, go to your member login, come down here to the Cricut Academy, go to hub. It should be under communities. Get together in our communities. And there's the Zoom room. So if you have Zoom, if it's on your phone, it'll be the Zoom. I think it has you download the app. But if you're on your computer, it'll just click. So you can click the Zoom room, get Cricut Academy Craft Room, and it'll take you to a 24/7 Zoom room. You can always come in here and let the ladies know that you need help. And someone will go in there to help you, and maybe seeing the screen and seeing all of that will help. So please know that that's available to everybody 24/7. Thank you for reminding me that, Lisa. That's a baller. Yeah, that's true. Saying to me yesterday, oh, that's funny, Maria. Yeah, you were gonna, Garland spotted it right away. Dot said, try closing the program, wait a few minutes, and then reopen. It might just be a communication thing. Oh, yes, Fern. You wanted the number. Oh, Carla got it in there. Thank you. Carla posted it in the comments. I appreciate that. Nancy, just go to the hub and you'll get the link right there to the Zoom room. And that's a direct link. I don't think you need a password or anything, but correct me if I'm wrong, Lisa. Yeah, let me know. Let me know when you go into the Zoom room, what is it, I always don't, I don't go in there, but if I do, because I'm the moderator and it's a reoccurring meeting, I sometimes have issues getting out of those types of rooms. So I do avoid that unless somebody else is in there. Hey, Beth. So Beth, if you watched the replay, I talked a little about the heat press, where you can find that information. A lot of the ladies had some helpful tips as well. So congratulations on getting your heat press. I'm sure you're going to be making lots and lots of projects. So that's awesome. Awesome. Okay. There's lots of you ladies on here. Does anybody else have any questions? You're right into this room. You don't need a pass. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Lisa. So Lisa's saying if you go into the hub and you go into the communities and hit that Zoom link, it'll take you right to Zoom. You don't need a password or anything. Just double checking. We don't have any other questions on this post. Oh, perfect, Beth. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Okay. I don't see questions. So what else can I tell you? Let's see if there's anything new with Cricut's Design Space, because sometimes I like to do that. We already talked about that. So there hasn't been any updates. The latest update. So if you ever want to know what's going on, I'm going to just go to the home page. So if you get into Design Space and your system just updated and you don't know what it did, you can always come to the hamburger menu and go to the What's New. And when you come to the What's New, it's going to tell you all the things that changed. One of the biggest things here is the font picker. New fonts featured on home, fonts in every universal search. So what I noticed is when you go into a project, replace. So now with fonts, so I always do be inspired. So if you come up to your font button right here, hit the arrow, this is completely different. So this is what you have to know too is when this is highlighted, this is just Cricut fonts. But if you went to dafont.com and you downloaded, and there's a video in the hub showing you how to download a font from like an outside source, that's considered a system font and not a Cricut font because you got it outside of Cricut. You have to remember to hit this because if you stay here and you, like one that I have, I think is called Watermelon, it will tell me there is no font Watermelon. But if I go to my system fonts and I type Watermelon, there it is. Because that's a font that I put into my system from dafont.com. Okay, so know that you have to do it. Now, bookmarked, that's a cool feature because what that is as you're scrolling through fonts, because you're going to look at fonts all the time if you're creating, you might like one, and then let's say like this one, cutting up, you can hit this little flag and hit bookmark because it's one you like. And so now when you're doing a project and you want to do your font, you can go to bookmarked and then it should be in there. Oh, see, that's on my bookmark. It didn't show up a minute ago. So these are all ones that I already had bookmarked. I'd gone through the fonts one time and I saw it and I bookmarked it. So when you're going through fonts, because you're going to dream fonts, these are some really, really good features that they did. And then recent is nice because it brings back fonts that you've worked on recently on other projects. So fonts are like, I don't know, like everybody, it's a big thing. So just know that. Just went into the Zoom room. It wants you to sign in. Just sign in through your Facebook account and it should take you to lunch. Oh, great. So if you don't have a Facebook or already have ever used Zoom or have a login, but Jody says you could use your Facebook account and get logged in. Perfect. There was a question regarding, let's see. Okay, Donna, you're still having issues with the hub. So there's two, please know that there's two, so you're talking like you got the email that says, hey, welcome to the Cricut Academy, go sign up for the hub. If that's what you're talking about and you have issues, make sure that you're emailing customer service at beinspiredwithcarol.com. I checked the messages today. Typically that's what Amanda works on, but I didn't see a message from you. But I'll have Amanda reach out to you, and we'll get you set up, because the academy is the hub, if that's what you're referring to. And that one, Donna, when you first get there, this is what the screen's going to look like. But being your first time, you're going to have a button here that says set up your password. This is the email you signed up with, and then set up your password. So if you're just trying to sign in without having ever did your password, that's what could be an issue. Okay, so you should have gotten an email that says, hey, come sign into this, and this is what it would look like when you click the link, and then there should be a little button here that says set up password. Let me see if I can see it in my... I'm going to see if I can show it to you on here. Yes. So yours should have this that says password setup. So when you come to the Cricut Academy, this is what you should be seeing. And then it should say password setup right there. Log in with your email and then your password. So I hope that helped. Yes, I do have a video for how to calibrate. Of course, my system just locked up. Let me go in there. Just double checking. We don't have any other questions on this post. Okay. Hold on. My system's not. So there was a question regarding calibrate. So there is one in there. Edible images and all that about, please. Okay, I will do that. So let's go back into, if you go back into the hub and you do calibrate, you can do a search for calibrate. This video is in here, how to calibrate your machine, Cindy. So that's a print and cut. I tell you, basically, before you do a print and cut project, you definitely want to calibrate your machine. So that is in there. Okay, my system froze. Okay. And then Carla wants to know, so if you were signed in, Donna, that means you're in. So I'm not sure where else you're looking. So if you logged in, so if I log out and I come here and I type in my password and I hit sign in, this is what you should be seeing. So are you not seeing this? Okay. Yeah, so we'll definitely work with Amanda, because if she's seeing you in the system, that means you're logged in. So there might be something else going on. Carla wants to know, edible images basically are, if you come to this little box here, All it is, it just means that these can be changed. So if you have like this little cute hippo and you add it to your canvas, it means you can double click the name and then you can change from Wilbur. It's got to be blue. And change it to Zoe. And tab off. So an edible image is really that. It's an image that you'll be able to change. And it's usually a name of or something like that. But that's the new feature because it's allowing you to change it. Sometimes images aren't. But something like this, you can change the initial, the name. That seems to be like here, it's Mama's Little Valentine. You can probably change that to Nana's Little Valentine or Papa's Little Valentine. So it's things like that. That's what that's about. Oh, perfect. Dot said, I wondered why I couldn't find your fonts. Yeah, they changed that up. Before they didn't have it like that. So I'm glad that was helpful. Let's see. So Nancy says, can you use foil like regular iron-on, or do you have to do it like you did with the Valentine towel? So Nancy, there's two types. There's actually two types of, well, let me back up. So the foil that I used on the live with the towel is what we did here in the Cricut Academy. If you look in the hub for our Christmas apron, that's the same foil. That foil is different because yes, you do have to have the adhesive vinyl and then the foil. So it's a two-stepper, okay? And it's a cool look. It's a cool look. We did the apron with it. I love it. But looking now, there's ladies in here who did the foil heat transfer vinyl by Cricut or in other brands. That one isn't a two-stepper. That one works just like any other heat transfer vinyl where you just cut it, mirror the image, flip it, and press it. So it's not a two-stepper. The one I used originally was a two-stepper. But if you go watch the video for the apron, that's the foil that we used. But Beth and some of the other ladies posted their pictures of the foil of the aprons, and they used foil heat transfer vinyl. So it's two different types of foil. Yeah, calibration. What's important about calibration is to really follow the prompts on the screen of Design Space. Whether that's unloading and loading, there's steps. Just keep reading your screen. I talked about that in the video. And be very precise at what numbers you're picking and letters so that you're very precise at what you're telling Design Space of where your machine is cutting. So just take your time with it. Don't rush through it. And then you'll do it because that'll pay off when you're ready to do your print and cut projects. Oh, Facebook keeps keeping you out. Okay, Donna, if you're not seeing what I just saw, then definitely continue to work with Amanda. I'll look at the emails too and see if there's anything that I can help with, because everybody should have access. The only other thing I can think of is maybe a typo with your email, because we have had that. And there's workarounds that Amanda knows we do with those as well. So we'll figure it out. We'll get you in there. We will. Dot said, can you talk about making stencil? I tried today and I think I'm missing something. Yes. So if you're making a stencil, so let's go into Design Space. Let's just do a new project. So typically typically a stencil is, and we did a video, so we do have a video Dot in the hub. We did a project where we did a little sign. It's one with a sunflower, and we did the stencil. So that video will help you. But in the long run, short run of it, basically if you were doing a stencil, all you're doing is you're weeding what you want the negative part to be. So stencil material is what I use. Some ladies use vinyl 631. But if I was doing a stencil, let's say, we'll take an image. I'm on a gnome kick this week. So let's do this one. Let's add this one. If I was going to do this into a stencil, basically I would hit make it. It's going to cut. But when I go to weed it, I'm going to weed everything that I'm going to want to put a color. So in this case, I would weed out the hat because I'm going to make it red. I'm going to weed out the beard because I'm going to make it white. So you're taking out the parts that you want to then do with your paints. I hope that's clear. I know that sounded kind of janky, but there's two ways: stencil material or permanent or non-permanent vinyl. A lot of people use. If you're looking to make a stencil, like on Mylar, where it's going to be one that you reuse, we haven't done that here yet because that's a little trickier, especially if you're going to do text. So let me know. But we did do a stencil video. So if you watch that video, it'll walk you through because we created the stencil from start to finish. So that might help you. I haven't done, no. The calibration, I haven't calibrated my knife blade yet. And I never calibrated my rotary as far as I knew. I just calibrated the machine. And I used my fine point blade that already comes with the machine. And I've cut fabric, and I don't remember calibrating. I thought calibration in my mind was always just one. Calibrate your machine, and then it would work for other things that you're doing. Yeah, calibration is more for print and cut. So maybe I'm missing something, Carla. Is the knife blade have to be calibrated? Now you got me thinking. I only calibrate for print and cut. Okay, so the knife blade does have to be calibrated. And I haven't done a project with the knife blade yet. So with that being said, that's good to know that I'll have to recalibrate it. And the fabric one, I don't remember doing, but I might have. But I would not do them. I would do them separately. I wouldn't have them both at the same time, if that was your question. Oh, okay, great. That's great to know. Perfect. So basically when you go to calibrate your machine, which all of us can do that. So basically in Design Space, let's go to Home. You go to the hamburger menu and hit Calibration. Oh, perfect. Okay. So, thank you, Lisa. Rotary blade has to be calibrated, which I don't ever remember doing that. The knife blade does, and then your print and cut. So just go to your hamburger menu and then hit calibrate and then do it. The video that's in the hub is for the print and cut calibration, but all these would work the same, and then follow the prompts on your screen. Look, learn something new every day. Oh, Beth used the heat transfer foil by Cricut and loved it. Perfect. Yes, Beth, it was perfect. You couldn't really tell, and I know a lot of other ladies used it as well. Perfect. Oh, Nicole, you're not seeing the fonts? I missed Nicole's question. So Nicole's not seeing her system fonts. You have to be on the computer that you downloaded it. So Nicole, if you downloaded it on your laptop and then you go to your desktop to use Design Space and you don't have that font on your desktop, then it won't be in there. So I don't know, that might not even answer your question, but let me know. BJ says, also signing in our Cricut Academy, make sure you are using same email you used to sign up. Yep. My first times I was using another email address. Yes, the email is key for the Cricut Academy. So when you purchased the Cricut Academy membership, whatever email that was, that's the email. But Amanda can confirm that for you. And like I said, we've had typos. So be patient, but we do eventually get everybody in there. If somebody is not in there because you felt like you couldn't, please reach out again. The hub is a very, very beneficial part of this group to help you learn. And I want everybody to have access to it. And I apologize, my nose is running. That is perfectly fine being at a Carla loves gnomes. Same password as you originally signed up. All's good with the email. Okay, Donna, we'll definitely reach out to you. You have to put a shape behind all the time. Shape behind it all the time. No, you don't have to put the shape behind it all the time. Oh. Yeah, I guess you would. You would. Dots. We're going back to the stencil. So if we were doing a new project, yes, I would do a square or whatever shape that you're doing. We also did it on, yeah. You could do a square behind it. Well, no, you don't have to do a square. No, you don't. You don't. You don't. You can take the image that you want, and then when you get it cut on the mat, then you can cut it out from there. Because we even did, when we did the boot camp, not the boot camp, when we did the workshop, the Frosty the Snowman, we made this one. That was for the Joy. I guess it doesn't matter. And this, the workshop for this is also in the hub. Yeah, we hit make it. Yeah, we hit make it. And then basically just cut it out in strips and stuff. So, I hope that helps. What happened when you cut it out, Dot? I guess that would be my best question. When you cut it out, what was it doing? Was it just not, like, were you not able to take the parts out that you needed to? Yes, the cocoa tray was done with the stencil too. So we did that. That's in the hub under workshops. So actually we have the stencil video. We have the cocoa tray video. Beth, if you've never calibrated, yes, you should calibrate. Okay. The knife blade is used for like faux leather. It's used for wood. Let's see what else it's used for. It's but the wood is like thicker. So the knife blade, it's the balsa wood, which is that really thin wood, chipboard, leather, craft foam. So just thicker material. Oh, Dot said it was fine. I was just confused as why there were extra steps that I didn't think I needed to do. Okay. Okay. Let me go back. A lot of so Lisa thinks that maybe Nicole's issue has to do with the downloadable fonts were lost when they started doing all the updates. Here's a TikTok fail. Look. I bought this thing because somebody on TikTok told me it's horrible. I can't lay my phone flat. I can't charge it. Ugh, I have a problem. Yeah, Sheila was a typo person. Yep. What's that? But I downloaded them on my computer and then uploaded. The reason that you calibrate is because when the machine does print and cut, there's like a registration mark that goes around the image, and then the Cricut reads it. It reads like, okay, this is where that little registration box is. This is how far in I have to go to start cutting. So it trains your machine to know how, like, where your blade particularly is cutting. Because when you do the calibration, it's going to say, okay, where was the straightest line? And you have to say H. And then, where is it up here? It's 1. So you're telling Cricut Design Space where your machine cuts. Because I guess that's a software thing. Yeah, the shapes are really for sizing. I do that like if I'm making any kind of sign board. I did it yesterday when I made that little sign next to my rolling pin. So I use shapes as guides usually for that reason, so that, and even with shirts, if I do a shirt, I'll measure, 5 inches by 10 inches and make a box that big, so that I know when I'm putting my design, that my design is going to be proportioned to my shirt. So I use it consistently. Like a shadow. Is there a video? What is it called when you have a shape behind a saying that looks like a shadow? Shape behind... like a shadow text? That, let's see. I'm trying to see. I'm not sure. What is it called when you have a shape behind a saying that looks like a shadow? Is there a video? I do not have a video on that, Carla, because I'm not 100% sure. Are you talking text-wise? Like you have a text and then it has a shadow behind it? Because there might be, let me look. Let me look. Wow, today's hour went by crazy. Okay, so, like, are you talking like something like this? Where it's like a shadow behind it? Because that is really just your font type. So if you ever see font that has that, it's the font type that's putting the shadow behind it, if that's what you're asking. So like if I wanted that look, lettering deco shadow, I would download that font. Install it. And you gotta close Design Space. Quit. Okay, new project. Text. And then go to font type, system, lettering, and there it is. And then it looks like that. So it's based on the type of font that you use. And then it would cut out, it cuts out with that shadow. Usually the shadow, you're going to want to print it. You're not really cutting out a shadow. You're either writing it or print and cut, something like that. So then when you do print and cut, it'll give you this shadow. So I hope that helped. Carol, can you transfer a photo to a shirt? Yes. So the way that you would do that is there's two things you can use. There's a video in the hub that's direct to vinyl. So it's DTV. I took an image from Design Space and printed it onto that, and then had Design Space cut it and then put it on my garden flag. But you can use DTV. So basically you would put your photo in your printer as like to make a copy, put the DTV into your printer, Hazel. Sorry, I'm small. So DTV is the newest thing. Take your picture, put it on your printer to make a copy, assuming you have a color copier. Take that direct to vinyl material. I actually just showed a picture of it. Michaels carries it. And you just put it in your printer. It prints it. And then you would cut it out. And then you could put it directly on a shirt. So you could find the garden video in the hub, Hazel. But the difference would be you don't really need to bring your picture into Design Space whatsoever unless you wanted to cut a shape around it of some sort. Otherwise, I would just copy my picture right onto that form and then cut it out. So that would be my suggestion. There's other materials out there, but the DTV is the newest, and it's really easy to use. Some other ladies, I think Karen made a project with photo. So if anybody has a question on that. Nancy says, what is Creative Week? Creative Week is our week to create. There are no videos here. There's no tutorials. There are no anything. It's kind of like a breather. It gives you a moment to catch up on some videos, maybe try something that you've been wanting to try. I feel sometimes when we go, I put so much at you, plus there is so much content here that I like to give you that week to breathe. Do what you enjoy. Come here and share. Make sure you're asking questions. Make sure you're sharing. That's really what I want to see, that feed just flooded with, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this. Because the only way you're going to learn your Cricut is to implement what you're learning here. So that's what Creative Week is. Lisa, answer that. Yes, Sheila, the knife blade is for only the maker. Yes. Yes, Carla, yep. And that's why it showed up, because I have my maker as my choice of machine. And when I did the calibration video, I did it on my Air 2. So that's the difference. Yep, Sheila answered that perfectly. Here's what you were asking. Yes, Lisa mentions the templates. So if you ladies don't know, there are templates in Design Space. Basically, you can come here to the left side and hit templates. And if you're working on something, you can use their, like a banner, you can use their templates. Bowls, shirts. And I think even with the shirts, if I remember correctly, you can come to the top here and you can change the size. And then that gives you an idea. I still do it my way, but know the templates are here, even for something as simple as like bag tags. A lot of you ladies asked me about my Cricut Maker. I have my sticker, my adhesive vinyl on my bottom here, and I have it actually on the top. I can show it to you guys. So I have my Cricut Maker decorated, and you can see it's cut and then cut here. So that template is in Design Space. So I go to Cricut. Why didn't it let me do that? Maybe because I already have one template. Replace. So you can go to templates and then you can go to the Cricut machine. I don't know why it's not showing it. It should show you the Cricut machine. And I don't know why it's not. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out another day. But there are templates there. Yep. I think I know what she's asking. Does removable vinyl? Yes, it usually removes. It's less sticky, Karen. So it does remove more easily than permanent. Permanent you can get off. Don't feel like you can't. But typically the adhesive is much stronger. Depending on what you're putting on, you're not going to get it off. So yes, removable does come off. Oh, Carla, it isn't what you mean? Oh, Patches says, once removable vinyl has basically cured onto a project, it doesn't come off. Oh, offset. I think that's what even Sheila got it. I think that's what it was. Yes, Carla said, yes, that's it. Oh, you guys are good. Okay. So, what Carla was asking, we got there. So when I was doing the print and cut labels, if I wanted to, you could go to text and let's say flower, something simple. So Carla, you would come here and then you would come up here to the top and then you would change the offset. See how it got, let me change the color. We'll hit apply and then you can see. So this is an offset. So if you wanted to do like a sticker, and there's a video in the hub. So let's say we wanted to do, let's do the gnome. You want to make a gnome sticker. Add to canvas. So you could do it with anything. You could do it with text like we did the labels, or you can do it with an image. So you would just hit offset and then it makes this little box around it and hit apply. And then if I did print and cut now, oh, you have to attach it and then attach it. Make sure you highlight both of them. Hit attach. Oops. Go back, sorry. Hit flatten. Not attached. Flatten if you want to do print and cut. And then when you hit make it, it has that little box around it. And it would work the same with wording. So text. Take it over here, hit offset, apply. You can make it smaller, hit it white, While it's highlighted together, hit flatten, and then make it. And so now it's white on white, but there's a little box around it. Okay? So that's what I'm hoping. BJ has used the direct to vinyl. She loved it. Perfect. Only for the maker. Sounds great. I wanted to make... Oh, perfect. There is a video, Carla, on making stickers in the hub, and I used offset when I made the stickers. So, yes. Oh, perfect, Hazel. No. No, Nancy. It's less overwhelm. Oh, perfect. Can you use contact paper? Yeah, you can use contact paper on your Cricut. Absolutely. They say they have a template, but it wasn't showing up. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes, perfect. Okay. Part letter, yay. Okay. Yeah, let me know on that Cricut Maker. I don't know. I'll maybe do some more research and see why the Cricut Cricut template is not working. And maybe I can find one for you ladies. Can we do it? Yeah, Penny, we can. We can. But the garden video did go step by step. So not garden video, the garden flag, I did it. But yes. Unless you haven't seen that video, but that was a step by step. Time for TV and a good night. Yes. Yes. We're good. We went a little over, but I always like answering your question. Yes. The penguin flag was the direct to vinyl. So go check out that video. Perfect. Perfect. All right, ladies. I hope you enjoyed. If this was your first Q&A, welcome again. You guys really kept it going, and I appreciate that. We give ourselves an hour here. Sometimes if it goes longer, that's okay. Enjoy next week, which is Creative Week. Share your projects, come in here, utilize the hub, utilize the Zoom room. We are still here answering your questions. We take a week off and then we come back and we do more Q&As and projects and talk about things that are going to be happening in February. So, yeah, because the next time we meet will be February 1st. So a new calendar will come out and all the things. So, thank you, everybody. Oh, you're so welcome, Fern. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for the tips tonight, too, ladies. We always appreciate your input and answering the questions. Thank you, Lisa and Jody and Nicole, for being here. Oh, perfect, Patches. Thank you. Another fun night. Perfect. Good night. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, have a notebook always ready when you come here, because we'll always give some good tips from myself and the other ladies, always helping. So you're so welcome, Donna. And Donna Bergstrom, we will touch base with you and get you in that hub this week. Yeah, now to create. Enjoy your time home. All right, ladies, have a good night. I will see you. If you need anything, I'll definitely be around and we can just keep making projects. I'm going to be live tomorrow, actually, on Pinterest. And I'm doing a Valentine's project using the Cricut. So you can find me on Pinterest Live TV at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you don't know how to get to Pinterest Live TV, leave a question or something and I'll make sure I get that to you. But I'll see you guys tomorrow night. All right? We'll see you. Bye.